I wanted to let you know I am doing a fantasy Premier League this season. The link is down below, so make sure you join the code for that. There's a lot of people in it already. I'm also doing a championship fantasy league. Obviously, it's not going to be much interested in that, but please join. The first game's tomorrow, Watford v Middlesbrough, so get your team in ready. The link will be down below for the website and the code, so please join. The winner may get an award, so it'll be interesting to see who wins at the end of the season. Hi guys, Swansea here, back again for another video, and today is the first match preview of the season, or should I say the first league match preview of the season. It's against Preston North End, and we are away from home at Deepdale. Now Preston are quite an experienced championship side. They got a lot of championship experience, and they got a lot of good players. You know, the likes of Scott Sinclair won titles at Celtic, got us promoted back in 2011. They've got Ben Pearson, who's a very good championship midfielder, should be taking a step into the Premier League very soon. I see a lot of resemblance between Pearson and Phillips, and hopefully for Pearson's sake, I know he can make the step up for the future, maybe get an England cap. Ben Davies and Patrick Bowers a very good centre-half partnership to have in the championship. You know, both of those players are quite experienced and very good. Three news is only one injury, and that's George Byers. Apparently he's still injured according to Steve Cooper, but he did have a kid the last couple of days. So congratulations to George Byers and his partner on the birth of his child. Fingers crossed that all is good and that child can have a healthy life. But more importantly, fingers crossed George Byers can get back in a Swansea shirt very soon. Preston North End, I believe the only injury concern is Declan Rudd, the main goalkeeper. He's not played much of pre-season, or if anything, to be honest with you. If you see the bench G on Twitter and stuff like that, and he was saying that he might not be playing, he's not played enough, so the second choice keeper could play. So we've got to take a lot of shots. We've seen Nottingham Forest do that against Erwin Mulder back in, I think it was June, and you know, they scored 2 goals, one of them which definitely should have been saved. If Freddie Woodman was a goal, probably would save it. But speaking of Freddie Woodman, last weekend was not a good game for Freddie. You know, at fault for the second goal, don't know what he was doing. First goal, he should be commanding his box. So already the Freddie Woodman critics are out. I'm not a critic of Freddie Woodman, but I was very disappointed by his performance. There's a difference between being a critic and, you know, being critical of a player for one performance. But Woodman is a good goalkeeper, and fingers crossed we can see the Freddie Woodman we all know and love this weekend. So before I actually get on to like my prediction and lineup and stuff like that, I've actually got a Preston fan on Ben HD. You should all know who he is. He's on over 27,000 subscribers, I believe. So if you're not subscribed to him, go and subscribe to him. He's a really nice guy. And here's what Ben's got to say about Preston's chances this weekend.
Quite an interesting first game of the season, really. Last season, both Preston and Swansea were fairly similarly matched. We were both knocking around the top 6. Obviously, you guys got things over the line in the end. And I think that going into this season as well, our ambitions will be fairly similar. In terms of our transfer business so far, it has been very slow. We're one of 2 clubs in the Championship yet to sign anyone, other than Bournemouth so far, I think. But one of the major benefits from this window so far is that we've had no major outgoings, which was feared over the summer. You know, the likes of Ben Davies, Ben Pearson, Alan Brown, Daniel Johnson are all still at the club. We just are lacking a little bit of firepower going forward. I think another striker and we'll be set for the season. But one area where I am a little bit nervous coming into this one though is our goalkeeper situation. So Declan Rudd so far has missed a whole of pre-season. It's not looking likely that he'll be back available for this game. So we're probably going to be throwing in our number 2 Connor Ripley, which does make me a little bit nervous. He's not been great in the North End shirt so far. So if you do look to play on that a little bit, you could get a little bit of joy out of us. In terms of key players, Scott Sinclair, former Swansea player, I think he's in line for quite a big season for us this time round. We've experimented a little bit throughout pre-season with him playing through the middle, and he's actually looked really quite effective there. So we could see a little bit of that, him and Maguire sort of rotating between the left-hand side and up front. Daniel Johnson, obviously, he brings the goal threat with him, and Ben Pearson in midfield, you know, he's going to be the man marshalling everything, looking to make us tick and going forward and breaking everything up in the middle. So I'd pick those 3 players out as our key players, but like I said, I'm a little bit nervous about the goalkeeper situation. In terms of a score prediction, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think that both sides will be trying to figure each other out, and ultimately I don't think there'll be all too much in it between us two, so I'll go for a 1-1 draw for this one.
Thank you, Ben, for coming on. Really appreciate that, mate. Thanks for taking the time out of the day to send me a clip. Interesting prediction there from Ben, 1-1. Could it be a 3rd consecutive 1-1 draw at Deepdale? Last 2 times we've played Preston North End at Deepdale, it's been 1-1 and 1-1. So I would not be surprised to see another 1-1 draw myself. So no one had their score predictions right against Newport last weekend. Not surprised. Don't think many of you lot predicted us to lose 2-0. So I can't give any shout-outs. I can't give myself a shout because I had it wrong as well. You know, the last weekend's performance kind of has put a downer on this game and a few other games in the future. But fingers crossed we can have a good start like last season. You know, we were unbeaten throughout August last season, so let's hope we can be unbeaten throughout September and October. This time out, it will be hard. Preston are no mugs, experienced team, and they will be very ready for the fight Saturday. So, the lineup I would go for Saturday, in goals I'm going to go for Freddie Woodman. You know, I don't think I'm going to play Stephen Bender. I would love to have played Bender last weekend just to see him have a run out, but it's quite clear and obvious that Freddie Woodman will be the number one this season. I'm going to stick with the same 5-2-1-2 or whatever, 5-3-2, whatever formation there is. Wing backs, I can go for Connor Roberts and Jake Bidwell. Obviously, Connor Roberts missed last weekend, lost to Newport as he was on international duty against Bulgaria and Finland. Bidwell didn't have the best of games last weekend. Three centre backs, then I go for Carl Norton on the right hand side, Mark Geehee on the left hand side, and Joe Rodon in the middle. Looking forward to seeing Mark Geehee back in the Swansea shirt. Obviously, re-signed on loan from Chelsea, looked really good towards the end of the season, looked really good in this formation. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. Norton, thought he was one of our worst players last weekend, if I'm going to be honest with you. Did not play very well at all. And Joe Rodon, probably our best player last weekend, which says a lot, our defender being the best player against Newport when they beat us 2-0. Free midfield then, I'm going for potentially Watford-bound Matt Grimes. Partner in midfield, I'm going to go for Corey Smith. And central attack midfield role, I'm going to go for Jan Danda. The reason I'm going to go for Jan Danda over Morgan Gibbs-White was Morgan Gibbs-White was absolutely awful last weekend. Did not see him create anything in that role. As soon as Jan Danda came on, he created 1 or 2 chances. So I don't think Morgan Gibbs-White is an attacking midfielder. I'm not going to lie to you. I know you can't really judge play on one game, but what I'm seeing of him is that he's another box-to-box player, not an attacking midfielder. Hence the reason why I'm going to play Jan Danda. 2 up front then, you don't really have much of a choice than this for going for Andre Ayew and Jamal Lowe. On the bench then, you can have the likes of Stephen Bender, Liam Cullen, who should be back, Peterson and Sorrow. Obviously, no Selena as he's gone to Dijon. So we do still have a strong team, but you can clearly see there's a lack of a goal scorer there. So let me know in the comment section, what is your score prediction for this game? I'm going to predict a 1-1 draw. I can go for a 3rd consecutive draw at Deepdale when we play at Preston North End. Goal scorers, I'm sorry, it's going to be Scott Sinclair for Preston. He's just going to score, and Scott Sinclair for Preston. For Swansea, it's going to be one man, and that's going to be Andre. I think Andre will open his scoring for Swan. So I'm going to go 1-1 draw. If you want to shout out for the Birmingham preview next weekend, you've got to get your score prediction right. Before I go, actually, on Saturday, watch long vs Preston North End. I will be doing a watch long. Paying £10 for the stream, so make sure you come and join me. 10 to 3 as always, and it will be a lot of fun. But thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for my Championship Table 2020-2021 predictions.
I need a one more chance, oh baby, let me show you. I need a one more chance, oh.